Right now, the world is watching Iran closely. After 12 days of intense missile exchanges, global tension, and thousands forced to flee, the war between Iran and Israel has finally come to an end. US President Donald Trump has announced a ceasefire agreement between both the nations. But as Iran returns to the headlines, many are asking what kind of a country is Iran really? What was it like before the Islamic Revolution of 1979? Hello and welcome, I am Gaurang Kadam and you are watching Lokmat Times. Let's unfold the reality of Iran and the country's lifestyle before the 1979 revolution. Imagine a country full of beauty, culture and history. A place where modern cafes sat beside ancient mosques, where women in stylish dresses walked past bazaars filled with spices and carpets. This was Iran before the 1979 Islamic Revolution. But was this beautiful nation also heading towards a change? In this video, we'll explore what life was really like before the revolution, how people lived, what women wore, how cities looked, and what went wrong. We'll also talk about how Iran, once known as Persia, became a different country overnight. For many centuries, the world knew Iran as Persia. The name came from the region called Pars, which was also the heartland of the Persian Empire. Persia was known for its rich history, Cyrus the Great, Darius, Persian poetry, and architecture. But in 1935, some things changed. Reza Shah, the king of Iran at that time, asked foreign countries to stop calling it Persia and start calling it Iran, because the people of the country had always called it Iran. The word Iran means land of the Aryans, and the Shah wanted to show strength, unity and modern identity to the world. It was a step toward making the country look more nationalistic and less connected to its ancient imperial past. Even today, some people still use the name Persia when it is talking about the Iranian food, art or carpets. But officially since 1935, the world calls it Iran. From the 1940s to the late 1970s, Iran was ruled by Mohammad Reza Shah, the son of Reza Shah. He wanted to turn Iran into a modern Western-style country, and he did. Cities like Tehran became full of tall buildings, cinemas, hotels and Western shops. American cars also filled up the streets. People dressed in modern clothes. Men wore suits, women wore miniskirts, beehive hairstyles and makeup. Headscarves were not required in most places. Nightlife was booming. There were discos, jazz clubs and cinema halls playing both Persian and Hollywood movies. Famous singers like Gugush became the fashion icon. Education was fast growing. Universities were open. Women could vote, go to college and even become doctors or politicians. By the late 1970s, women made up nearly one-third of university students. There was also an economic growth. Iran, which was rich with oil, that money was used to build roads, schools and hospitals. The middle class was growing. Many people had televisions, refrigerators and went on vacations. But not everything was perfect. Poor people from the rural areas moved to cities looking out for jobs, but ended up in crowding neighborhoods. Inflation made daily life expensive. The rich got richer, the poor stayed poor. And behind the happy city life, something was building up, and that was anger. Women's life changed a lot during the Pahlavi dynasty. In 1936, Reza Shah banned the wheel, saying it was a step toward modernity. Some women liked the freedom, others were not comfortable under this change. Under Mohammad Reza Shah, women gained the right to vote, work and study. Some became lawyers, teachers and even parliament members. In cities, women lived freely, dressed as they liked and joined the workforce. But in villages, it was different. Women still followed traditional roles, many didn't go to schools and families were conservative. So while progress was happening in the cities, rural areas were far behind. Also, some people felt these changes were being forced, not chosen. That created tension. Iran was and still is a country rich in culture. Music, poetry, food and cinema were big parts of life. Films like The Cow showed deep social stories and won global awards. Families were strong and close. People gathered for meals, holidays and weddings. Foods like gourmet sabzi and kebabs were loved by all. but religion was becoming a sensitive topic. Iran is mostly a Shia Muslim country. However, the Shah's rule pushed Islamic traditions aside. He prompted pre-Islamic Persian history and traditions like Nowruz. Mosques lost power. Many religious leaders felt that they were being ignored. This upset a large part of the population, especially in villages and among conservative families. The gap between the modern and the traditional kept growing. The Shah ruled with a heavy hand. His secret police called Savak arrested anyone who spoke against the government or the country. People were afraid to share their opinions. Newspapers were censored. Political parties were banned. The economy looked strong on the outside, but inside there were all cracks. Oil money was not reaching the poor people. Prices were rising. Jobs were few. The corruption was high. And then came Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, a powerful religious leader who was against the Shah. He spoke out from exile and gained followers quickly. People listened to him because he promised fairness, Islamic values, and an end to the Western control. By 1978, huge protests started in the cities. Students, workers, and religious leaders came to the streets. They burned pictures of the Shah and demanded change. In January 1979, the Shah left Iran. In February 1979, Khomeini returned. He was welcomed by millions soon after the monarchy ended. Iran officially became an Islamic Republic in 1979. Khomeini became the supreme leader. A new system was born, one where religious leaders had full control. Changes happened quickly. Women were now required to wear headscarves in public. Western music, films, and fashion were banned. Mixed gender schools were split. Many people who worked for Shah lost their jobs. Some were jailed, others were executed. Newspapers and media were fully controlled. People who supported the Western style freedom left the country. Students, artists, writers, many moved to the US, Europe, and other places. But many others were happy. They felt proud. They believed Iran was finally free from the foreign control. To them, the revolution was a return to faith and tradition. Even today, Iran's identity is shaped by this movement. The country is modern in many ways but follows strict religious laws. Some people miss the freedom and color of the pre-1979 days. Others believe the revolution gave the country its true soul back. Iran's journey from Persia to a modern country and then into a strict Islamic Republic is a full of twists and turns. Before 1979, Iran was a place of dreams, music, and change. But behind the beauty, there was unrest. The revolution changed everything in just a few months. Was life better before or after 1979? That depends on who you ask. Thank you for watching this story. This was Gaurang Kadam signing off from Lokmat Times. If you have liked, please share, comment and subscribe to Lokmat Times. History is powerful and Iran's past has many lessons for today.